Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Nick Reeves, and this video is the first part in what might be a mini build of the wing I've got here. This is, as you've probably seen in the title, this is going to be a 2-meter thing. Now it's not just being called a thing because I don't know what it is. This is based on, or it's going to be built from all the parts and jigs and templates for the SAS thing. This is the 2-meter span version. I'll come on to why I'm doing that size in a moment. I want to say straight away, there's a lot of people already inquired about the availability of various kits. It's going to take time for me to get these kits organised, produced, developed, and this is one of the reasons why I'm doing the 2-meter just now. The 2-meter thing is one model that I've never flown myself, I've never built myself. From what I've been told, it wasn't that popular back in its heyday. I'm not exactly sure why, but I like the idea of it, I like the size of it. So I thought I'll build a couple, this being the first one. The two I'm going to do will be one powered and one glider. I've already cut the foam wings, the foam core blanks for 4. Because it's easier for me to do 4 at a time, just with the amount of foam and have the jigs and everything up. So this is going to be a flying wing. If you don't know what the thing is, there's a few things on Google. Have a look on NGR Modelling, ngrmodelling.co.uk, or on Facebook. Links are below. Might give you a better idea. I have recently done a flying wing, although it's a few months ago yet. It's up on the shelf over here. I'll put a link up here to the Axis build. I have found there's a problem with that. It still hasn't flown, but I've already got to do repair work to it. The tips, the glue that I used to glue them on, has actually obliterated the foam inside the tip area. So I've got to build that back up and probably use balsa tips on it or something like that instead of the Corex. I was using Corex just for durability, but I'm actually just going to use balsa, I think, and just stick them on and make sure they're solid. But I need to repair that. So that's a flying wing, and it's a similar sort of idea to what I'm doing there to what I'm going to be doing here. The difference being is this is a known design. That is totally unknown because I've done it myself. So, as I say, I'll put a link up here somewhere to that. But for this build, I've already made a good start on it. But I thought I'd film these bits now so I can show you the process of what I've done. So as I said, I've cut the foam cores, hot wire cut with the 25-year-old templates or whatever they are, all by hand. There's no CNC work in this, although when the kits do become available, the wing cores will be CNC cut. That is one wing core panel. So you can see it's going to be a good size. I say it's 2-meter span once it's finished. Both wing panels are in this one block. So they're all cut with a hot wire, as I said. You've given a very light sanding just to take out a few of the imperfections. Then they have to get skinned. So I don't have readily. I'm not. How do I start this again? I haven't got ready access to a beachy veneer, but what I do have on hand right now, years ago I bought a job lot of balsa, and in this balsa there's a lot of 1/16 3-inch wide balsa. Some of it isn't great at all, but a lot of it is, which is why I bought it. And when I say I bought some, it must be probably 400-500 sheets of the stuff. Not all 1/16, but there's a lot of balsa there. And if you build airplanes, you'll know you'll go through balsa eventually. So I bought this probably 3-4 years ago. I'm now just starting to go through this 1/16. This wing isn't going to be perfect. I'm not looking for an immaculate finish, but I thought I could use up this wood, get the wing built, see how it goes. So I bought the sheet. I want to use the sheet on here. I've got to make up a skin to go on both sides of each wing panel. Now, as standard, these sheets are 36-inch span. which again I don't know if you'll be able to see exactly on the video, but along this part it's not long enough. So the first step is to scarf joint a load of sheets together so that they are long enough and oversized for the sheet. Now these are well oversized. I'm not too worried about wasting a bit on this. This wood was dirt cheap, and I mean dirt cheap, so I'm not worried about wasting a little bit. So for each side of the wing, so then there's 4 sides, I need 4 strips this long to join together to make the sheet. Here in my hand I've got 6, I've got to make up another 2 to do the second sides. But once you've got the sheet strips together, you then join them like 4 abreast to create one big sheet, and then from that you cut out a skin which is the same size as the wing panel. I don't know whether you'll be able to see that, with about 1/4 inch oversize around the outside. It's always best when you're gluing them up to glue the strips, the scarf joints, the abreast joints, all on a flat surface, but have all of the flat surfaces on the one side of the sheet, so that when it comes to fitting the skin to the panel, you'll have one side of the panel that is near as damn it perfectly flat, and any imperfections in the thickness of the wood or the glue joints will be on the inside of the panel. It makes for sanding a lot easier later on. I've already marked the size of these sheets with an X, one that side, one that side, so I know which side I need to glue. The X's are going to be on the inside. So once you've got these skins made up, that's then ready to be fitted to the foam. I'm going to be using epoxy for doing this. You can use Copydex latex adhesive. I just want to experiment with using epoxy a bit more, so that's what I'm doing. So the task now is to get these skins. No, I lie. The next task now is to get the other strips made up, and then get the abreast joints made up, so I can get another 2 of these put together, so I can get all the gluing and fitting to the foam panels done in one hit. The reason I want to do that is I'm not using vacuum bagging, I'm using gravity, so there's going to be weights put down on top of the foam wing cores in their beds, so the shape of the top and bottom of the foam beds actually brings the wood skins together onto the wing. It's a method I've done before quite successfully. The only thing I do need to find is something pretty big to spread the load out on top. Probably got some 1/4 inch ply somewhere I can stick on top, but I can worry about that a bit later. So yeah, I'll come back to you in a bit once I've got everything made up and explain a bit more about what I'm doing with the epoxying the skins on. So next stage in the process, once the skins are made up, we're actually getting the skins glued on. So in front of us here, there's the 2 foam core wings inside the beds, and then at the minute just laid in, there's just one of the skins in between the bed, but there's no weight on it. So you can see, if I hold the camera still, it's not sitting right. So what I need to do is weigh it down when it's glued. It should take the form of the wing. So that's what I'm going to do now, get some glue on, get it weighed down, and then leave it. So after a lot of faffing around with resin, that's the first skin gluing up. I'm going to have to leave that now for probably 24 hours, and then I should be able to get the second skin on. So yeah, it's just a waiting game now. Took a lot more resin than what I was expecting. I thought I'd be mixing up quite a lot with 70 grams, but there's quite a lot of holes in the foam that I think it's going to fill up, and I think it's going to soak into the balsa as well. So we'll see what happens, see how it comes out. I might be able to get away with using less on the next one. So we'll wait and see how it comes out. So it's been the best part of 24 hours. since glued the first skin on, and this is what we've got. One foam wing panel with a balsa skin on it. Now you can probably see it's oversized, it all needs trim back, but it's all stuck on pretty well. The epoxy's taken pretty well, it's all nice and solid, and it's amazing how much stiffer the foam wing becomes just with a sheet of balsa on it. So I think once it's done, this is going to be a pretty strong wing. So the next stage now is to get a top skin on this one, which I've already got cut, ready to glue on, which I'll probably glue on once I've finished filming this. And the matching foam wing underneath, I need to finish making up the two wing skins for that. But I'll probably come back to you once this pair of wings are all glued up, trimmed up, sanded, and see where we go with it from there. But yeah, if this is the sort of thing you like, give us a thumbs up down here, subscribe if you're not already, tick the bell on all notifications, you'll get a message when I put a new video up. I suspect when you're watching this video there'll be lots of things going on in the world. I'm doing my best to ignore them, although one of the problems I have got is I've got to go to work. So unfortunately this might be the last video you see for a few weeks. Hopefully when I come home from work I'll be able to crack on with this and other projects that I've got going on. But yeah, lots of things happening, lots of things moving forwards. If you haven't already seen the Apache and the Progressor video, I'll see if I can put it up here if I remember. The mould for that, a new mould's getting made. I've given the thumbs up for that, the approval for that to get done. Details below on where you can buy the Maris kits, or should I say order the Maris kits, as there's a backlog just now. Yeah, I think I'll catch you later.